Hello everyone, welcome to your February 2026 monthly forecast, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. So, I haven't done these for a while. I'm hoping that you guys, share this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new. I need to get my videos more in circulation. There, I just wasn't getting enough views, so it really wasn't worth me doing them. I will always still do the shorts, but we'll see how the monthlies go. Okay, but anyway, so the month actually starts off with a full moon in Leo. Okay, on the 1st. Then on the 3rd, Uranus turns direct. It's still in Taurus. Turns direct. It's finishing its transit in Taurus and moving into Gemini in April. I believe it's April 27th. Anyway, on the 6th, Mercury moves into Pisces. Up until that point, it is still in Aquarius. On the 10th, Venus moves into Pisces, and again, up until that point, it's still in Aquarius. On the 13th, Saturn leaves uh, Pisces for like, what is it, 28 years maybe? I forget the cycle. It spends about 2.5 to 3 years in each zodiac sign, so it takes a while to go completely around the zodiac. So it is leaving Pisces and moving into Aries on the 13th, okay? Then on the 17th, there's a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. On the 18th, the sun moves into Pisces. And then on the 26th, Mercury turns retrograde in Pisces, okay? And there is a link in the description box below. I just left it in there, okay, to a video that I did on Mercury retrograde. Okay, so it's a good idea to check that out. Also, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you can do. I would greatly appreciate it, okay? And thank you so much for your donations, your inquiries, all of that. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And now for your forecast. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your February forecast. Happy Valentine's Day to you. So planets, the sun, let's see. The sun is still in Aquarius up until the 18th in your 10th house. There's Pluto and Mars are already there. Mars is there the whole month. Your 10th house is your most public house. It is basically your career, okay? And with Mars here, Mars is like at home in the 10th house, okay? It's a very competitive house. You may actually even be competing with someone for a position, okay? It's also your public persona, though. It's how people view your public life, more or less, you personally. Okay, so it's not just your career. If you're retired, it's what you used to do for a living, whatever. Okay, but you're in the public eye more or less, even if it's just like on social media. So you may notice you're getting an awful lot of attention. If you are, within a career or even if you're self-employed, you're possibly getting new clients or inquiries at least. If you do work for someone else, you're noticing possibly that you're spending more time with them or you're in touch with them more. Even colleagues, it could be whatever, for whatever reason, but you're involved within, with a higher up possibly, or someone who is in a position to elevate your status, okay? So obviously here though with Pluto, I did do a video on Pluto in Aquarius. You may want to listen to that, but it does, Pluto's a powerful planet and it may put you in a very powerful position, especially with this Mars here. Okay, with the sun here again, you're getting an awful lot of attention. Venus has been here since last month, so if you've listened to my previous videos, I always say when Venus is in your own sign, your 10th house or your first house, that you should milk it for all you can. Okay, because people they'll find you like more attractive, more appealing at this time when Venus is in these certain houses, and especially when it's in your own sign. So you may notice even, it could be a colleague or a higher up that expresses a little bit too much of an interest in you. And it could be romantic even, whether or not you want that to happen, that's up to you. But it could be something you notice, okay? And also with Mercury here, since last month, people could have been really contacting you a lot about even possibly a previous position or job, whatever, that you inquired about a while ago. It doesn't have to be something that unless you were just looking recently for a new job or whatever, or a different position within the company you already work for. Somebody could have contacted you about that just to see if you're still interested, okay, possibly with something that you expressed an interest for. Okay, and I do have to mention the planet Uranus is still in your sign. It turns direct on the 3rd, and it's moving out of your sign. Okay, it's moving directly forward into Gemini in April. Okay, so you won't, the past so many years have been kind of crazy for you. That's what this planet does, is it actually brings out the real you, okay, the true you. It does scream freedom. It's freedom to be yourself, think whatever way you want to, dress or talk or do whatever you want to do. So that's what this planet was supposed to do. Let's hopefully you embraced it. Okay, some people, it depends on how you take it. Okay, but some people maybe aren't real, like they probably might not like this transit. But I would have to say that you did whatever you could. You used it to your best advantage. Okay, and now it's leaving and it's moving into Gemini and your 2nd house. Okay, but that won't happen until April. Then I do have to mention that there is a full moon in Leo on the 1st. The month starts with that, okay? And you have Leo on your 4th house of your home and family, where you physically live, the people you live with, the property surrounding it, your past, how you were raised, your childhood, and even just like people from your past. So full moons do exist to bring problems to the surface, okay? So they can be dealt with and then done away with. And there are no planets actually in Leo right now, just that full moon. I don't think it's going to be a very big deal, though there could be something resolved, regarding your work, home life balance, because this 4th house is directly across from your 10th house. And there's also a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th in your 10th house. Okay, and the effects of an eclipse last a little longer than a normal everyday, let's say, like new moon. Okay, a new moon does bring a new beginning into in whatever area it's transiting. So here it is your career, your public life, possibly even your private life that's public, personal. It doesn't necessarily have to do with your career. But eclipses sometimes eclipse people out of your life. So a colleague could be leaving, or maybe you are getting a new position. You're just being thrown in there, and this is a very typical Uranus transit, considering it's still in your sign. That's a very typical aspect of the planet Uranus, just sudden changes. So you could actually be taking someone's place, just shoved right into their position. Okay, or this is the house of fame and fortune. So I am going to tell you to play the lottery or gamble or do something that some kind of game of chance. Okay, fame and fortune. Fortune, though, you know what I mean, is where the gamble comes in. As far as your career goes, I don't know how much you want to gamble with that, but you've got an awful lot of things in your favor. Okay. So again, planets will move into Pisces. The Sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, Mercury on the 6th, Venus on the 10th, and then Mercury will turn retrograde on the 26th in Pisces in your 11th house of friends, your friends, and your most sociable house. This is like the time of year where you really feel like getting out there and seeing people in person. Or this could be like an annual thing. There could be something that goes on this time every year that you attend, okay? Because this is also the house of groups and organizations that you may belong to. Okay, it's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So you may really have something in mind that you are a goal of some kind that you are trying to reach. And you know what? When Mars leaves Aquarius and moves into Pisces, into your 11th house, you're really, really going to go after it. But right now, you could just be checking it out. In fact, you could be networking, out there meeting people. Maybe you're even attending some kind of special event where you rub elbows with some of the people that you would like to meet, you know. Or again, it could just be, you know, just a friendly thing, seeing your friends that you haven't for a while. But you could also just spend more time on social media online. You don't even have to physically get out there to do anything, okay? But you may find that you've had a lot of contact with friends that maybe you haven't talked to for a while, okay? So then, Saturn finally leaves Pisces and moves into Aries, into your 12th house, okay? I might do a video on Saturn in the 12th house in Aries, but for now I'll just tell you that, you know, I mean, it's just moved here, and Neptune is here also at the same time. So all this is happening behind the scenes. That's what the 12th house is, hidden matters, okay? It's actually your subconscious mind, your dreams. It's activities by you or someone else behind the scenes. You know, we'll get into this further as, let's say, like when the Sun and whatever other planets move into Aries in like March, April, okay? Not too much going on there right now. Okay, let's see. The best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Taurus on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Scorpio, and those dates are the 7th, 8th, and 9th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 3rd, 4th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. The best time for money is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 24th, and 25th. The best time for your career is the 15th, 16th, and 17th. The best time for communication and travel is the 12th, 13th, 14th, 26th, and 27th. So I hope you enjoyed your monthly forecast. Be sure to check out my daily shorts, and don't forget to share this video or put it out there somewhere so it can get in circulation and I can get more views. Thanks. See ya.